Привет, comrades, TFCom here. And I was asked by a co-worker if I preferred being a male or female, which I liked most. And it's a little strange to ask me that, because obviously I prefer male, or I wouldn't be male. But, there's positives and negatives to both of them. I understand that. Female is definitely positive, that I wouldn't have to do anything. I would already have the parts. I wouldn't have to do any shots. Could wear whatever I want, and they'd still see me as female. Things like that. Negatives would definitely be periods. Makeup. I loved how I looked in makeup, but it takes a long time to do. Longer hair, harder to take care of. Bras are insanely painful. I had underwires, and they hurt like hell. Another negative, you're not really respected. You're just kind of thrown out there, no one really respects females. And it's very unfortunate, obviously. They're just kind of sexual objects to a lot of people, and that's really bad, but that's just the way it is for a lot of cases. Like, while I don't agree with it, and a lot of people don't agree with it, it's still the majority do. So there's not much you can do. One person won't change the world, but we gotta work together to change the world. But male has its positives and negatives too. Positive, it feels right, obviously. You can really get by without wearing any makeup. You don't really have to worry about plucking your eyebrows or shaving your armpits or your legs or anything like that. It's easier. You can usually just get out of bed and throw on clothes and you're good. Negatives definitely be the shots. The binders really hurt. Not as bad as bras, but they do still really hurt. Breaking out. You break out like crazy when you're on hormone replacement therapy, which is your shots. Break out like crazy. Whether you're transitioning to male or female, you just break out. And along your binder line, it's extremely greasy due to all the sweat, and you break out little strips all the way down, and it's, oh my gosh. Another negative is I can't really go swimming. There is swimming tops that are binding as well, but they're nearly $100, and while they are cheaper than surgery, I really don't want to swim that much. I mean, I love swimming to death, but I can't see myself spending that much money on a bathing suit, basically. I guess it's all about priorities there, but sorry. There's a lot of things I would love for you guys to put down, some of your own ideas, but definitely the periods I am so glad to be over. So glad. My periods used to last 2 weeks, and they were insanely painful, but I'd only have them once every other month. I think once it was once every 3 months. I just kind of switched between that. But most of the time, I wouldn't have them, but I would still have the insane amount of pain during the time when my body would normally have had the period. Very, very, very painful. Bedridden for days because it's so insanely painful. I'd skip class and everything. It was really bad. Like, it was to the point where I was gonna have a hysterectomy at that young of an age, simply to prevent that. And I mean, I knew I could have just done birth control pills and all that stuff, but I was very severely thinking, because I just wanted it to end. And it was just so insanely painful, and I'd missed so much of class, being gone for 2 weeks. It's insane. thankfully that's all over. Another positive is that the name thing. Females, I wouldn't have to change my name really or anything. People would just respect me as Rebecca. But that's not the name I go by, and it's not what I prefer. And it absolutely hurts because they say the wrong name. But I think that's part of it, that it's not really male versus female, it's more cis versus trans. I would love to be cis, absolutely love to be cis, which just means not transgender. I would love to be cis. Because then it would be a lot easier for things. I wouldn't be shaped oddly, I'm very oddly shaped for a man. I would love to be alright with my body, whether it's a female or a male. I would love to, just be easier. Believe me, if I could have chosen, I would have definitely not chosen this, I don't wish it on anyone. It's not very fun, it's not nice, it's very, very painful and long, and you have no respect, and everyone just basically hates you or treats you like some sort of carnival attraction. And I know that's not, people don't always try to, but you get really tired of answering some of the questions. And they're genuinely curious, so you want to help them. But at the same time, you're not a teacher. You don't have to help everyone. Just because they want to know some things about transgenders and you happen to be one, doesn't mean you have to educate them. And it's obnoxious sometimes, because it's like, yeah, I want to answer, I want you guys to be knowledgeable. But there are times when people are just asking non-stop questions, and you're like, there's many other trans people you can ask. You can search online even, like, I'm not your sole provider. But I would love to answer questions for you guys. Don't worry, you guys have not hit the too many mark. I don't think you guys have even asked a single question. There are some people who it's like 30 questions in 10 minutes and you're like, stop. But you guys are pretty good about that. I haven't heard a single question. So you guys are definitely, you can ask questions. I will definitely answer them. I would love for you guys to be knowledgeable. In regular public, it's not my job to educate people. But on YouTube, that's essentially my job. So I would love to educate you guys on anything you want to know about transgender. I would love to educate you. I mean, that basically is my job. That's basically the reason I made the channel. So feel free to ask as many questions as you want. If I find the question offensive in any way, I won't answer it. So don't worry about anything like that. You won't bug me. I'll probably let you guys know if it's a little too much. But so far, nothing has been, so keep the questions coming, and you can honestly ask anything you want, even sexual stuff. I'm willing to answer some of that stuff. But for that, I recommend you get on my Twitter and tag me. Something like that there. Or email me, because sexual stuff, I'm sure there's some children who watch my channel, and I don't really want them to be exposed to too much of that. But anyway, I hope you guys love my videos. I hope you had a wonderful day, and y'all come back now, you hear?